With each cut and careful stitching of the cloth, textile workers in Pilot Mountain come one step closer to creating a made-in-North Carolina product fitting for one family's very own American dream.
They were so popular. No one had ever seen a cotton bow tie, first of all, and they had not seen any made out of these southern fabrics. We realized we had something. We started going to stores and they were picking them up and loving them. It really took off all across the South very quickly, word of mouth. We were the first really the first cotton bow tie company in America.
This business of bow ties all began when Raleigh native Judy Hill wanted to keep oldest son Cameron looking sharp dressed in a bow tie as a medical student at the University of Virginia. After an NIH study discouraged doctors from wearing neckwear as it showed silk ties carried bacteria from patient to patient, Judy sewed her son several all-cotton bows.
And just made a pattern and decided to make him some bow ties. I had sewn all my life, so it was very natural for me to do that. So they recommended that he not wear any neckwear. And he immediately thought, well, this is perfect. These are cotton and they're washable. So he was thinking on his feet. And they said, well, then we want some too. So my first market really was the doctors at UVA. I started to ship bow ties up to them.
And from that, the birth of the nation's very first all-cotton bow tie company, with its showroom based in Raleigh, made in North Carolina, and appropriately named High Cotton.
We have a store here in Raleigh, we have a showroom, we have our online store, and then we have the 250 wholesalers that have our stores all the way from Maine to California.
Judy's other two sons, James and Patrick, have joined in the business, helping to continue the startup success of the last few years. And they believe the bow tie, with its distinct Southern charm, is catching on across the country.
It's just really cool. I think a lot of it comes from how folks are enamored with the South. I get phone calls from Minnesota and Wisconsin and Maine, and they say, I'm sending my son to Ole Miss next year, what should he wear?
The bow ties at High Cotton are all made at the Brown & Church and Gitman Brothers manufacturing facility in Pilot Mountain, where local employees work diligently to make sure Judy's vision for these Southern-style fabrics wraps up nicely in these bows.
All the traditional Southern patterns we still stick with, which are the ginghams, the tattersalls, the madras, the stripes. I started sewing the first 1,000 or so bow ties, then we grew, went to a little factory, bigger factory, and when we went to Pilot Mountain, we came in and we said, we are committed to North Carolina. Because of my connection to NC State and my father being a professor at State, I was really, really just sold on keeping everything local as much as possible and inside the boundaries of the state if possible.
There is a group of customers out there that do appreciate made in America and made in North Carolina products, which we're very proud of.
This manufacturing facility has been open in Pilot Mountain since 1980 and works on other brands of high-end neckwear lines and continues to survive in a market where most companies make their products overseas.
One of the things that's really evolved over the past few years has been bow ties. We're making more bows today than we've ever made, and it's an attraction in a lot of cases to younger customers, people that are just coming into the marketplace and as an adult really want to have something different than their grandfather's tie or their father's tie. So the bows have really been a way that some of the younger people are able to express themselves.
For Judy Hill and her sons, creating the High Cotton brand is more than just fashion. This family says wearing a bow tie is all about the best parts of life, celebration, family, and bringing a little bit of this Southern culture that's made in North Carolina to the masses.
I tell people we're so fortunate because bow ties are really seen at all the fun events of life. It's weddings and derbies and parties, football games. It makes you feel like your mama would be proud of you if you had that on. It's just a good Southern look.